At first, this just seemed like a regular service call, but towards the end, after I was wrapping up and got done finishing wiring the float switch, I started smelling gas. And once that happened, the whole thing changed because now we're not just dealing with a regular service call, especially for this call that we had, that they were having issues of water leaking in the garage. Because now you're not just dealing with comfort anymore, you're dealing with a potential safety issue. So I started tracing everything back, try to figure out exactly where the smell was coming from. So originally, this started as a pretty standard service call. I was already checking through the system, going over a few issues that needed to be addressed. But while I was down here near the furnace, especially in this closet garage right here, I kept smelling a slight smell of gas. But the longer I stayed there near the equipment, the more obvious it became that there was a leak somewhere. And the problem with gas leaks is that whether it might be the homeowner or the tenant, they usually have no idea that it's happening unless they're messing around here in this compartment. And a lot of times these problems, they stay hidden until they become much bigger and a lot more noticeable over time, especially if they don't get addressed or they get found. At this point, I needed to figure out what was going on with this potential gas leak. So I started checking through the gas line connections, checking out maybe it might be in the water line side, water heater side, because sometimes the issue isn't just as obvious as you might think. You're looking for small signs, smell, small inconsistency, things most people would completely overlook, especially if you don't work on HVAC. And eventually I narrowed it down to this section right here. That's where that leak was. After I found this leak, I tried to tighten the connection and still it was leaking. And honestly, this could have gone unnoticed for a long time. So once I confirmed this leak, the next step was to make sure that I reached out to property management, break it down to them and let them know what was going on. See, because this is something you just don't want to ignore or push off, especially if you got a service call Friday and you're trying to go home. You can't ignore stuff like this. And the part of it is dangerous. Systems can still appear to be running completely normal while something like this is happening in the background that the tenant homeowner might not even be aware of. That's why these situations matter. The equipment might still heat, the thermostat might still work. Meanwhile, there's still an underlying issue that's sitting right here that nobody was aware of. So after finding the leak, I had to get everything documented, take pictures, and get everything approved to property management before moving forward with the repair. And honestly, this part is something that people never see. A lot of HVAC work isn't just fixing equipment, it's communicating, documenting everything, making sure everyone understands the situation before the work starts, especially when safety issues are involved. So once we got approval, it was time to get everything replaced. So we ended up coming back after a day or so later. At this point, the goal was pretty simple: get the leaking section replaced safely, make sure that we tested everything afterwards. And this is one of those things that details matter because when you're working around gas pipe or any other job, we don't want to rush. We want to make sure that we check everything. We want to test it as well. And you make sure that the system is safe before leaving. So after replacing this gas connection, I went through and retested everything, checked for soap bubbles, checked for leaks at the connection of the pipe where everything was connected. So after replacing the affected section, I went through, turned the gas valve back on as well. No more leaks, everything checked out the way it should. While we were already here, there was another issue I wanted to improve. The return filter setup was making it hard for the tenant to be consistent with changing the filter. It had four screws on each end of it wasn't even a return grill, it's just a grill that they use for the filter. So we're gonna get that swapped out as well. Small things like that, eventually they create bigger airflows and maintenance problems over time, especially if you don't replace your filters, especially if you got pets. So we installed a return filter grill to make sure that the filter that were to be replaced in the future had a much easier access, which both helps the tenants and the system in the long term, especially since the system is fairly new. A lot of HVAC problems start with small maintenance issues that slowly built up over time. and we want to make sure that we try to stay on top of that and protect the lifespan of the system. Most people would have never known there was a gas leak here. The system still was operating, other than the fact of the main service call that we got. Nothing crazy was happening. And that's usually how the situations go. A lot of serious HVAC problems, they start out quietly, small warning signs that people might catch. But if your eyes not trained to see those things, those small issues, which if they go being ignored, they turn into something that's a lot more expensive, dangerous, or whatever it might be that could affect you from not being comfortable. Thankfully, this one got caught before it came something bad or something worse. Now the system's operating as it should. We ran the furnace, checked carbon monoxide. If you guys want to check out part 1 of this, check out my channel. Stay tuned.